Welcome to Evolve Your Life, the podcast where values meet vision, ambition meets alignment, and family fuels your purpose. I'm Dr. Stefanie Ascher, chiropractor, entrepreneur, homeschool mom, cancer warrior, and your go-to girl for building harmony in every area of life. Around here, women step into living fully and authentically, and we believe you are capable and worthy of it all. So grab your coffee, get cozy, and let's evolve your life together. Hey love, welcome back to Evolve Your Life. It has been a couple of weeks since I've released an episode, and that's exactly what I want to talk about today, because sometimes life asks us to shift our priorities. Sometimes the thing that normally gets our attention has to wait while you pour yourself fully into something else, something that matters more, something that's on a timeline. And that does not mean that you are failing. It means you are honoring the season that you are in. And sometimes alignment looks like saying no or putting something to the end of your list. So over the last couple weeks, there has been a lot of life going on. We have been spending a lot of time with the kids. They've been doing jujitsu a lot. We've been doing private lessons. They've had gymnastics camp, and we had to move out of the old Evolve. And that was a process. That was something that after we moved into the new space, we decided to take a few weeks off from the move because we just needed to rest and be and get settled into the new space rather than prioritizing moving out of the old one right away. And so what happened is we had gone on a team overnight down to Naples. I will do a whole episode about our team getaway. But when we came back, we went to move out of the old Evolve that evening. And when Steve was moving the sauna, the front glass panel of the sauna, it exploded and cut his arm open, and he needed to get stitches. So sometimes the things that we don't account for in life are the unexpected, the accidents, the incidents that happen that can change our timeline and that can shift our priorities. And so when that happened, we were obviously not able to move out that night. And so my parents and my brother helped me move out the next day. And there were a lot of feelings that came along with the move. That building, that space housed a lot of life for us. Closing that chapter has been a very interesting, bittersweet feeling. Walking through the empty office and remembering all of the laughter and the joy and the families and the little kids that filled that space. Building that practice from the beginning, I was thinking about our ribbon cutting and our first day there, the fact that we still have our very first patient from the day we opened still under care now. The people we were so blessed to serve, the lessons that we learned through our service of others, how we grew, how we evolved, how we got better, the team that was in that building, the challenging years, the years of business growth and leadership growth, and really going from owning a business to being a business owner was a drastic shift for me. I learned how to be a doctor in that space. I learned how to be a business owner in that space. I learned how to be a mom in that space. I learned how to be a leader in that space. There was so much growth and so much personal growth and professional growth. And there were hard years in that space. There were challenges with family. There were the years that I was going through my cancer journey and my healing after. There were a lot of tears. I felt every emotion possible in that space, the full spectrum from the best and the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. And an ending can be joyful and heartbreaking at the same time. And you don't have to minimize either feeling, but clearing out that space really brought up a lot of memories and thoughts and feelings for me. And now, of course, we're in our new space and I'm back to recording and getting back on schedule. And I've had a rough go the last couple weeks. I feel like my life normally revolves so heavily around a very strict schedule. That is how we are able to create harmony for our family, with the business, with our personal goals. But sometimes we confuse consistency with rigidity. Real consistency is staying aligned with your values, even when the way that looks changes. And it's been changing. Now I'm in a season where I'm a little confused because nobody talks about what happens after you reach the goal. The goal for years for me was to buy and build out a new building, a new home for Evolve. And this is really the heart of this episode because for years, the building represented success, the dream, the vision, the next level. And then you walk through the doors, you unpack, you hang the signs, and then you realize, what now? And I think a lot of people experience this as business owners, as parents, when you graduate school, as athletes. You spend years chasing something and then you arrive. And then suddenly you feel quiet, not because something is wrong, but because the identity that was built around chasing now has to evolve into someone who leads from arrival. And this is where I'm really trying to figure out what the vision is for the next season. And if I'm being fully honest, I don't know what's next. I don't have every answer, but my intuition keeps nudging me. I've been asking myself a lot of questions about what does leadership look like now? How present do I want to be for my family? Who do I need to become in this next season to carry the responsibilities that I have at home and in the office? What does success actually mean to me now? Because that has shifted a lot over the years when I chased a certain finish line and didn't achieve the feeling, like I talked about in last episode. The feelings available to us all along the way throughout our journey, and we can't wait until the finish line to feel proud or accomplished or successful. And that has really finally settled into me. So I recommend listening to that episode if you are a high achiever, because that is the high achiever trap. And I've just really been thinking about what I want our family to be like and feel like, and what our life looks like, and what the practice looks like. And the vision is not simply anymore to have Evolve just have more patients, more revenue, more followers. It's deeper. I'm really seeking more peace, more freedom, more intention, more impact. And so the vision really still has the same purpose, but the way that I think about it is a lot different. I've been living in the in between, and this is a really interesting concept, but I think it's important, and a lot of people can relate to this. There is an uncomfortable space that can happen between chapters. One chapter has ended, the next one hasn't fully been written, and most people rush through this space. But maybe if we really sit in it, this is where the clarity is actually born. And I am sitting in the in between right now. The old Evolve chapter has ended. We are in summer. We are navigating what's next for next school year with our kids, whether it's homeschooling, tutoring, going to a hybrid school. We're navigating the next for our family and what we want that intention and purpose and the vision for our home and our family life to be like. And I'm navigating the next for business. Who else do I need on my team? Where are we going next? What are we looking to achieve in terms of impact in this community? And how can we best grow and cultivate that? And so I don't know exactly what this next chapter looks like, but I know who I want to become inside of it. And that's enough for today. So if you're standing in between chapters, don't rush to fill the silence, because sometimes God does his deepest work in the waiting. Thanks for hanging out with me today on Evolve Your Life. If this episode inspired you, leave a review, share it with a friend, follow so you never miss a moment, and come connect with me on Instagram at Dr. Stefanie Ascher. Until next time, keep evolving your life boldly, beautifully, and unapologetically.